world is in a bit of a shock. We're sure this is for real, right?
Welcome to Mojo Core, and today we're counting down our picks for the time South Park got it right, before it even happened.
The opinions expressed by Mr. Fogle are not necessarily those of the Subway Company.
Number 10. Sports teams changing names. Although not a prediction, there is a telling throwaway line by Jimbo in the episode about South Park's flag, where he asks Chef if the Cleveland Indians should change their name for being offensive.
Chef, what about the baseball team, the Cleveland Indians, huh? Should they change their name because it's racist?
Yeah.
No, because it's their history.
Look, I have gone through every quiet protest I could. I've written everyone, I've put up signs.
That was in 2000, and 2 decades on, the team announced they would be switching their team name to the Guardians because of the former name's appropriation of Native American culture. However, it wasn't the only time South Park examined this particular topic, featuring a whole episode about the similarly named Washington Redskins football team. In it, the boys are able to get the trademark for the team, while the owner laments over them, quote, culturally appropriating it.
Look, don't you see that when you call your organization the Washington Redskins, it's offensive to us?
How is it offensive?
How is it offensive? Jesus!
We are a proud team, Mr. Cartman.
The episode aired in 2014, and 6 years later, after much mounting pressure, the Redskins would abandon their name. Number 9. Miley Cyrus's fame.
Britney Watch! Keeping you up to date with all your Britney Spears news. Oh boy, what's she done now?
In the 2008 episode Britney's New Look, the 4 boys try to help Britney Spears escape the torment of the paparazzi and general public, who are obsessed with taking her photo, even more so after she shoots herself in the head and somehow survives. At the end of the episode, Britney dies surrounded by South Park citizens taking her picture. And soon after, a news anchor reports that Miley Cyrus, who was just 15 when this episode aired and still starring in Hannah Montana, will become the next big thing, a la Britney.
Hannah Montana's Miley Cyrus, though only 15 years old, is already on her way to being a major superstar. Looks like next harvest will be even better.
Considering Miley Cyrus's controversial phase in the early 2010s, it seems that the folks in the South Park writers' room got it right again.
And we can't stop, and we won't stop.
Number 8. Brokeback Mountain.
You show me one independent film that isn't about gay cowboys eating pudding.
By the time this episode aired in 1998, Annie Proulx's short story Brokeback Mountain had already been published in The New Yorker for 2 years. But the successful movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger didn't release until 2005. The episode seemingly predicts the popularity of a movie still 7 years away from debuting by lambasting the Academy's love of a very specific genre of cowboy movie.
Say, Tom, do you have any pudding left?
I ate all mine up, silly.
Well, and now what do we do?
Who knew that such a movie would eventually become one of the most decorated and critically acclaimed pieces of cinema ever made? Or perhaps Trey Parker and Matt Stone read and enjoyed Proulx's short story and wanted to will the movie into being. Number 7. Underground KFC Market.
The chicken shortage, which has forced KFC to close hundreds of its outlets in the UK, is our next story. The fast food giant blaming teething problems with a new delivery contract.
In February 2018, disaster struck KFC, one of the biggest fast food chains in the world, when a change in delivery supplier led up to 700 of its 900 UK branches to be temporarily closed due to a lack of chicken. Because of this shortage, people were able to sell buckets of chicken on eBay to desperate customers for as much as $140. This black market for chicken was mirrored in a 2010 episode of South Park, when all the KFCs close down, and the town's outlet becomes a medicinal marijuana dispensary, which leads to Colonel Sanders becoming a crime boss of a chicken smuggling empire, and Cartman a Scarface-type hotshot dealer.
Jamie Oliver gave his speech at the UN today. He was not supposed to give that speech, Eric.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll get him next time.
Number 6. Pokemon Go. In the late 90s, Pokemon had just emerged as one of the biggest franchises in the entire world, so of course South Park had to cover it. In 1999, when this episode aired, the US was in the grip of another moral panic about whether Pokemon was satanic. At the very least, there was an idea that there was something sinister going on, and the episode culminates with the revelation that the boys are being spied on by their Chinpokomon collectibles. Fast forward to 2016, and the franchise did start tracking people, though it was totally done out in the open via the wildly popular mobile game Pokemon Go. Though, of course, Pokemon Go wasn't the precursor to a Japanese invasion of the United States.
What the? What the?
Number 5. Carnival Cruise poop disaster.
3.5 hours of food. Smells I can describe them.
When the Carnival Cruise Line's ship Triumph set off in early 2013, nobody on board knew the infamy it would achieve. But when a fire broke out on board and disabled the toilets and electricity, its over 3,000 passengers and crew were left on what was nicknamed the Poop Cruise, spending 4 days without working toilets, stranded in the Gulf of Mexico.
The doctor on the staff can, excuse my French, he can kiss my.
It was the worst experience I've ever had.
Just 3 years earlier in 2010, a news show on South Park reported that, quote, passengers said that the Carnival Cruise Line smelled like poop. Maybe people should have taken it as a warning against booking cruises with Carnival.
Passengers said the Carnival Cruise Line smelled like poop, but that was an improvement.
Number 4. Chipotle Contamination.
Hi, Billy Mays here for Mega Scrub Cleanser.
The main plot of this episode centers around Ike Broflovsky being tormented by dead celebrities, but a subplot involves Billy Mays advertising a product called Chipotle Away, which is able to remove the bloodstains people get in their pants after eating food from Chipotle.
Well, now there's a product that can clean even bloodstains caused by Chipotle right off your underwear. Chipotle Away!
6 years after it aired, E. coli in Chipotle products caused more than 50 people to get sick. The 2015 outbreak meant the chain was forced to close 43 restaurants in Oregon and Washington alone. Unfortunately for the customers affected by the outbreak, no such Chipotle-type quick fix exists in the real world.
I know we're never going to eat there again after this. This was just a horrible experience.
Number 3. Trump's presidency.
You see? There! This is why it's happening.
Many people didn't believe Trump would win the 2016 election, including Parker and Stone, who had to hastily rewrite the end of season 20 to accommodate for the fact that he, and therefore Garrison, was the victor.
Just as J.J. Abrams did with Star Wars, I will make this country great again.
But they already predicted this outcome an entire year earlier in an episode that aired in September 2015. South Park is awash with Canadian immigrants in this season, who have all moved down south to escape from Canada's own Donald Trump in the Great White North, who has even built a wall to separate the country from the U.S. Yeah, though they already covered Trump's potential victory 14 months prior, even they didn't realize he'd actually win. Number 2. Jared Fogle.
Jared Fogle has been charged and has admitted to participating in a 5-year criminal scheme.
In 2015, Subway guy Jared Fogle was convicted of several sex-related crimes and sent to prison. However, his ruining Subway's public image was first predicted in 2002 by South Park. In the episode in question, he tells everybody his weight loss success is actually due to his having AIDS, spelled AIDS, which everyone mistakes as him saying he has acquired immunodeficiency syndrome.
I got AIDS about 2 years ago, and I've been losing weight ever since. It's amazing how slim you can get with AIDS.
For his promise to give everyone AIDS, he is fired from Subway. Though he makes a reappearance in the 2017 video game South Park: The Fractured But Whole as a boss hell-bent on mistreating the boys.
AIDS for everyone!
Get him!
Number 1. The death of Osama bin Laden.
Hello, Mr. bin Laden. My name is Randy, and I'm a geologist in America.
When the popularity of reality show Jersey Shore threatens to take over America, Randy Marsh knows there is only one course of action: sending a videotape to Osama bin Laden and begging Al-Qaeda for help. Al-Qaeda obliges and kills the Jerseyites by crashing hijacked planes into them. At the end of the episode, while bin Laden is being honored for his work, a Special Forces commando descends from the ceiling and shoots him in the head. Sure enough, SEALs actually killed bin Laden on May 2, 2011, just about 7 months after this episode aired.
Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda.
What hot topic would you like to see South Park tackle? Let us know in the comments.
Our country's getting back to normal, and we owe it all to Osama bin Laden.